Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to be discussed about the operators in Java programming language. Operators are special symbols that perform the specific operations on one, two, or three operand and then return a result. As we explore the operators of the Java programming language, it may be helpful for you to know ahead of the time which operators have the highest precedence. There are many types of operators in Java, which are unary operators, arithmetic operators, shift operator, relation operator, and bitwise operator, logical operator, ternary operator, and assignment operator. What are the bitwise operators in Java? The bitwise operators in Java defines several bitwise operators, which can be applied to integer types long, int, short, character, and byte. Binary AND operator. Copy a bit to the result if it exists in the both operands. Binary OR operator copies a bit if it exists in either operand. Means we have the two binary AND operator and the binary OR operator. Now we just see the example of the arithmetic operator. So we have the arithmetic operator. So it's operate plus, minus, multiplication, division, and the modulus. So suppose that we have the value a, which is 10, and b, which is equal to 10. So what will be the expected output? So we have the expected output of it is 20. So same like this, minus, multiplication, division, and the modulus. Now we just see the example of this arithmetic operator. So here I just write public void, so public static void main and public static void main, which is a string, and the string here is arguments. Now I just write integer, which is num1, and num1 is equal to 100. Then I just write integer num2, means number 2, which is equal to 20. So I just write system dot out dot print line, and the print line here is num1 plus num2. So our result is plus, and here I just write number 1 plus number 2, and I just close this code here. So I just copy this code and then paste it 1, 2, 3. So we have negative value here, so I just change it to the negative. Then I just write multiplication sign and the division sign, and change it here multiplication sign and division sign here. So at the last I just write for the modulus. So here I just write modulus of and modulus of number 1 to number 2. Now we just check the output of it. So you can see okay, and then number 1 plus number 2, which is equal to 20, 120. Okay, and then number 1 minus number 2 is 280. So this is only 120, 80, and this is the 200 and 2000, and this is the value which is 5 and the 0 value. Now we go to the assignment operator. So that's why I just creating a class which is assignment operator dot java. So here in assignment operator we use is equal to plus is equal to, minus is equal to, multiply is equal to, divide, and the modulus is equal to operators. So here we just see in the example, so public, static, and void main. So void main is a string here, and the string is the arguments, and here the arguments are, and then I just write the integer which is the number 1 and number 1 which is equal to 10, and int num2 which is equal to 20. Now I just write num2 which is equal to num1. So this is our assignment operator, and I just write system dot out dot print line, and which is equal to output. Okay, so output, and here I just write plus num2. So num is a small here, and our close code is closed here. Now I just write, and I just copy this code and pasted 1 and 2 time, 3, 4 time. So here I just write plus is equal to, and then our system.out.println is plus is equal to. Now here I just write minus is equal to, and this is also the minus is equal to, and this is a concatenation of number 2. Now here I just write static for multiplication and the static for multiplication, and then I just write division and the division here. Now I just write for the modulus, so the percentage sign here and the percentage sign here. Now we just see the expected output. So you can see which is equal to the output 10. So this is a result of the positive, then the output 20, and then 10 which is the output of minus, and then the output of the static value which is 100, output of division which is 10, and the output of modulus which is 0. Do you know about the auto increment and the auto decrement operators? So here I just use num plus plus and num minus minus. So num plus plus here is our auto increment operator, and num minus minus is our auto decrement operator. So how increment operator works? If we have the num value 1, so after the auto increment operator, our num value will be 2, and if our num1 value is 2, so after the auto decrement operator, our expected auto decrement value is 1. Or if we have the num value 1 which is equal to 1, so our after auto decrement the value will be the minus 1. Now we just see the example of this auto increment and auto decrement operator. So now we just see public and static void main. So string arguments, and then start our code. Int number 1 which is equal to 100, and int number 2 which is equal to 200. So now I just define the auto increment operator here, and then the auto decrement operator here. So now here I just write system dot out dot print line, and the print line here is number 1 auto increment is, and then I just write plus sign and num1, and then system dot out dot print line, which is num2, and the decrement operator is, and here I just write plus num2. So now we just check the output. So our output is plus 4 means for increment it's 100 value, so it is 101. But for the decrement operator, 1 is less from 1 200, so it is 199. Now we just come to the logical operator. Logical operators are used with the binary variables. They are mainly used in conditional statement and the loops for evaluating a condition. Logical operators are AND, OR, and NOT. Now we just see the example of this logical operator. So it's a class, so I just write logical operator dot Java. So here I just write public and static void main. Okay, and then I just write string arguments, and then I just write boolean. So boolean is a b1 which is equal to true, and boolean b2 which is equal to false. Okay, now here I just write, so its the value is true. So now after this false value, I just write system dot out dot print line, and the print line which is equal to b1, and b1 is an AND operator here, and it's a b2. So I just write plus sign, and then b1 and b2. Okay, now I just copy this. So this is our AND operator, and this is our OR operator, and here I just remove this and write the OR operator, and now I just write NOT operator. So I just write the AND for that one, but here I just write NOT, and then, and here I just write after this one. So now I just arrange this one. So yes, now here I just write NOT operators, means NOT bracket b1 and AND operator, so b2. So now we just check the output. So our output for b1 and b2 is false. You can see b AND operator here means one is a true, so second one is also a true, so where value will be the true. If one is a false, so value will be the false here. And you can see OR operator, so OR value is true here. And NOT means b1 is not, b1 or b2 is not equal to, so its value is false here, so here it's a not, so its value is true here. So this is our logical operator. Now we just come to the compressions or a relation operator. So we have the 6 relational operator in Java, which is equal to, not equal to, greater than, and the less than, and the greater than equal to, and less than equal to. So is equal to returns true if the both left side and the right side are equal. Not equal to returns true if left side is not equal to the right side of the operator. We just see the greater than, so greater than return true if left side is greater than right side, and less than return true if left side is less than right side, and greater than or equal to returns a true if left side is greater than or equal to right side, and less than or equal to returns true if left side is less than or equal to right side. Now I just see the example of this rational operator. So public is static void main and then string and arguments. Now, so it's an static here, a small word. So now I just write integer, which is the number 1, and number 1 which is equal to 10. And then I just write int num2 which is equal to 50. And then I just write use if statement. So if number 1 which is equal to means equal to operator which is equal to num2. So here I just write system dot out dot print line, and the print line here is num1 and num2 are equal. Okay, now I just copy this if statement here, and then I just write for else. So here I just write else and remove this statement, and then here I just write num1 and num2 are not equal. So now I just copy this and paste it 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, and 5 time. So we have first this statement. So now we just write this statement for not equal to. So not equal to sign here. So here I just write num1 and the num2 are not equal. So here I just write it's not equal. And then I just write num2 are equal. Here I just remove and use the greater than sign. So after the greater than sign, so num1 is greater than num2, and then I just write num1 is not greater than num2, and then I just use the less than sign. So here I just write num1 is less than num2, and now I just write num1 is not less than num2. So after that I just write greater than or equal to. So num1 is greater than or equal to num2, and then I just write num1 is not greater than or equal to num2. Now I just use this for less than or equal to. So num1 is less than or equal to num2, and then num1 is not less than or equal to num2. So now we just check the output for it. So here you can see first one is num1 and the num2 are not equal because 10 and 50 are not equal. So num1 and the num2 are not equal. So you can see sum1 and num2 are not equal. So here I just write, so yes, it's not equal. So here it's a not sign, so that's why it's not equal here. Then num1 is not greater than num2, so its value is 10 and its value is 50, so it's not greater. So num1 is less than num2, so its value is true here. So num1 is not greater than or equal to num2, so the value is true here. And at the last, num1 is less than or equal to num2, So the value is less than num2, so the value is true here. Now we just see the example of this bitwise operator. Java defines several bitwise operators which can be applied to the integer types long, int, short, character, and the byte. We have the different types of bitwise operator. First one is AND bitwise, then OR bitwise, then XOR bitwise, then complement bitwise operator, then left shift and the right shift bitwise, then zero fill and right shift operators. Now we just see the example of these all. So here I just write public static void main and then string and arguments. Now I just write int number1 which is equal to 11 and then int num2 which is equal to 22. Then I just write result and result which is equal to 0. Now I write result which is equal to num1 and I just use AND bitwise operator, so num2. Here I just write system out dot println and then num1 and num2 and plus result. So I just concatenate my result here. So I just copy this result and then I just paste it here. So here I just use OR bitwise operator. Yes, OR bitwise operator. And then I just write for XOR bitwise operator. So XOR bitwise operator. And here I just also write OR operator and XOR bitwise operator. Now I just use for complement and this is also for complement and then for left shift. So this is for left shift and left shift. Then I use for right shift and I use this for right shift. And at the last, if you want to shift it, zero fill right shift. So you can use 1, 2, 3 time shift and 1, 2, 3 time shift. So now you can see we have an error because it is XOR operator and the shift left for 2 time, shift right for 2 time, and then shift left for 2 time. Now I just execute it and you can see num1 and the num2 value is 22, num1 and or num2 value is 31 here, num1 shift and it's a num2 22, 29 here, and num1 is 11 and then num1 left shift is num2 is 24, num1 right shift is 2 and num1 is shifted means it's shifted 0, its value is 2. So this is the bitwise operator in Java programming language. Now we just see the example of the ternary operator. The ternary operators evaluate the Boolean expressions and assign the value based on the result. Like it's a syntax of variable num1 and then we just check the expressions here and then we just write the values and the values are if true and then we just check the value if false. So this is a simple syntax of this ternary operator. Now we just check the example of it. So our this example is public static void main, and then string and arguments. Now int num1 and num2. Okay, here I just write num1 which is equal to 25, and then so we have the no spaces here, so that's why. Yes, so now I just write num2. So num1 is not equal to 10. That's why the second value after the colon is assigned to the variable num2. So now I just assign the second value to the column variable num2. So num2 is equal to num1, and its second value which is 10, and then here I just write 100 and 200. Now I just write system dot out dot print line, and the print line here is num2 and concatenate num2, and now I just write num2 which is equal to num1, and num1 which is equal to 25 here, and then its expression, and then I just write the question mark sign and 100 ratio to 100. So if the value is true and the value is false, remember that. So now I just write system dot out dot print line, and the print line here is num1, sorry, the num2 here, and then I just write plus num2. So num1 is equal to 25. That's why the first value is assigned to the variable num2. Now we just check the output for this ternary operator. So you can see num1 value is 200. So the value is here is it's take a false value here, and then now it's take a positive value here, that means a true value here. So num1, num2 is 200, and then num2 is 100. So these are the operator in Java and the types of operators in Java. Thanks for watching this lecture. See you in next lecture.